In today's video, I am going to teach you how to use Dget function in Microsoft Excel. This function is useful when you want Excel to pull one specific value from a table or range based on matching criteria. The idea is simple. You provide the data range, you tell Excel which field to return, and you give it the criteria that must match. To begin, you need to choose where the extracted lookup value will appear. Click cell F2. Take a moment to confirm you have selected the correct cell, because this is the location where Excel will display the result of the Dget calculation. If you click the wrong cell, the output will appear in the wrong place, and it can be confusing when you are reviewing your sheet. Now that the destination cell is selected, you can start typing the formula. In cell F2, you will type the Dget function exactly as shown in the instructions. Type Dget A1C6, salary, E1E2, and then press enter to run the lookup. As you type, focus on three key parts of the formula, because understanding what each part does will help you reuse it later. First, the function begins with Dget, which is the name of the function itself. Inside the parentheses, the first part is A1C6. This is the data range that Dget will look through. In other words, Excel will examine the rows within a 1 to C6 to find a matching record. It is important that this range includes the column that contains the result you want and also includes the columns needed to evaluate the criteria. Next, look at the second argument, salary. This tells Excel which field or which column header you want returned from the matching row. The word salary must match the header name in your dataset. In many spreadsheets, headers are in the first row of the selected range. That is why it is helpful to make sure the range you selected contains a header row with the exact text you are using in the formula. Finally, the last part of the formula is E1, E2. This is the criteria range. Excel will compare the criteria in that range against the data in A1, C6. The criteria range typically includes a header that identifies the field to match, and one or more rows below it that contain the specific values you are looking for. With E1, E2, Excel has everything it needs to determine which row matches your conditions. After you type the entire formula, press enter. At that moment, Excel will evaluate the data in A1, C6, check the criteria in A1, A2, and then return the salary value from the matching row. If your criteria matches exactly one record, Dget will produce a single result in F2. It is also worth watching the output carefully as it appears in the cell. If the result looks correct, you are done. If it does not, the most common reason is a mismatch between the field name in salary and the actual header, or the criteria range not aligning with the correct columns. But as long as your criteria and headers are set up properly, Dget will behave exactly as intended, and that is all there is to it. That covers everything you need to know to run the Dget lookup and display the extracted value in Excel.